Shut up, BSN. So just before we start today's proceedings, I've got a message from the general British public.
We're dead! We're dead! We're survived, we're dead!
Thank you, British public. So Sheffield versus Kings Lynn this evening. I'm joined by Mr. Dill as always. How are we doing tonight, and how dead on a scale of 1 and very are we?
Very. It's too hot.
It's far too hot.
We're not made for this. As the British public, we're not made for this. Busy night for us as well, Mush, but it very nearly wasn't.
Oh yeah, very, very nearly wasn't. So, for those that are listed, I've been working outside today, and having been working out in the heat all week, and I was having a massive, massive pounding headache, and it is still there, but we've had some different upgets and some beverages, and we'll power through this before we ultimately die just as Heat 15 crosses the line.
Yes. Shall we have a look at the two meetings that we're doing updates on before we look at the lineups for the one we're watching?
Yes, that sounds like a very good idea.
Do you want to go first with Ipswich versus Leicestershire?
So I'm going to cover Ipswich versus Leicester just because I've got some vested interest in it.
So have I, actually. That's the one we've both got vested interest in.
Yes. So for the Witches, at number 1 is Tom Brennan. Number 2 is rider replacement for Mr. Sickno, or Richard Lawson is known. Number 3, there's no Danny King for the Witches tonight, and they bring in Scunthorpe's Michael Palm Soft. God bloody help him. Scott Nichols rides at number 4, Tobias Musak at number 5, Kevin goes at number 6, and Jason Edwards goes at number 7. Have you got a man to watch, and why?
I am going to go for... God, this is a tough one. Tobias Musak, he's having a good season. He's having a really good season, actually. And yeah, I think he's the one for that team that's going to bring in the points that perhaps will be lost by the absence of Richard Lawson and Danny King.
I've gone for Jason Edwards for the Witches. I think this Ipswich team looks very, very depleted, and if Jason's on it, he can score really well around Vauxhall. I think that's where they're at. So it is. Riding for Leicester Lions at number 1 is Ryan Douglas. Rider replacement for Kyle Howarth at number 2 is Nick Morris at 3. Dan Thompson at 4. New vlog out now. Go watch it after this. Sam Masters at number 5. Drew Kemp at 6. Joe Thompson at number 7. Have you got a man to watch from Leicestershire, and why?
I'm going to go for Dan Thompson. He's having a good season. He's a former Ipswich rider. He was fantastic around Vauxhall during his time with the club as well. He's come back from a shoulder injury, really good form, and as you mentioned in his new vlog that's out, he's got paid double figures in more meetings than not. Apart from the curtailed meeting at Glasgow where he did only drop 1 point from 3 rides as well, so he's in some fine form this year, and it's crucial to have a big hitter at that number 4 position as well.
And to be fair, for very similar reasons before Dan's vlog got mentioned, I'm going to go for Drew Kemp. Obviously he's a former Witch, and he seems to have hit a little bit of good form at the moment. Yeah, that's about it, really.
He's in a bit of a purple patch at the minute, isn't he? We did predictions for that meeting. What did you predict, boss?
I think I said 48-42 to Ipswich.
You did say 48-42 to Ipswich, and I said Ipswich to win by 4. The other meeting we're covering tonight is Northampton versus Bellevue, the second of all 3 Premiership meetings tonight, all 6 clubs in action. For the Northampton Foxes, Jamin Lindsay goes at 1, Kai Thompson at 2, Matty Zagar makes his home return from injury at number 3, Niels Christian Everson at 4, Nicola Plint at 5, Troy Batchelor at 6, and Luke Harrison, the rising star, at number 7. Have you got a Fox to watch?
Um, I'm going to go for Luke Harrison purely because he likes riding around Northampton, and I don't quite know why, and because he's my work colleague. That's about it.
I'm going to go for Kai Thompson. I was looking at the number 2 position for the away team then, not the home. Kai Thompson, he's found his way, he's found his, the line he likes, and he's really good around the Northampton International Showerway, and so it's proved so far this season. For the Bellevue Aces of Manchester, Brady Kurtz goes at 1, Norrie Dawn at 2, Peter Kildemand at 3, Zach Cook at 4, Jason Doyle at 5, Tate Ziski at 6, and Sam Hagan guests for William Cairns, who races in the SGP2 tomorrow. Where are they tomorrow? Sweden.
Goody, Sam Hagan's got a lot of SGP2 to ask for because he's also guested for Mitch McDermott at Scuddy tomorrow.
Oh, busy boy. You got an ace to watch?
Ironically, the man we've just spoken about, Sam Hagan, he had a really good meeting when he guested for the Foxes. I want to say it was against Leicester, but don't quote me on that. But he had a really good meeting there at reserve for Northampton. I think there was missing Luke that night, and yeah, he had a really good night there. So I think he could be on for another decent one if he performs like he did.
I'm gonna go for Peter Kildemand. This Northampton circuit, in a sense, it's a little bit smaller, but it does remind me in areas of Berwick, really narrow straights and quite tight corners as well. Peter Kildemand flies around Berwick, and I think if he can trap and get out in front, I think he'll be alright.
Can't say I disagree, to be fair, sir.
Predictions for this one, I went for Northampton to win by 4, you went for a 45-all draw.
Northampton are a bit crap, so I couldn't put them down to win.
It's absolutely fair enough. And now on to the meeting we're covering tonight, Parvac. Do you want to do the Tigers and I'll do Kings Lynn?
Oh, go on then. So, well, we say riding for the Tigers. Not riding for the Tigers at number 1 is Jack Holder, because he's covered by rider replacement, because he decided to be a silly little sausage at the GP 3 weeks ago and had a little bit of a slidey off. At number 2 is Anders Rowe, who is ginger. At number 3 is Chris Holder. He is not ginger.
I knew you were going to say that.
At number 4 is Leon Flint, who may as well be Scottish. At number 5 is it Ronnie? Is it Johnny? They're both basically brothers, but it's Josh Pickering at number 5, and he captains the side. SFT on the screen, by the way.
Yes.
Number 6 coming in to replace Jai Etheridge, hopefully full time. He'll be Jake Mulford. And Luke Collins, rising star, and he has long curly hair. Have you got a man to watch? And why?
I'm going to go for Leon Flint. He really, really likes the Arlington circuit. He's taken to like a duck to water since moving to Sheffield, and on a 6.7 average as well. He's statistically better than both of Kings Lynn's middle order by some distance. And I think that, again, as I usually say, is where the battles are going to be, the 3 and 4 positions.
Absolutely. I'm going to go for Anders, my man to watch for the Tigers. I think he's getting the groove around Sheffield now, and he's doing all right this season. And yeah, that.
Fair enough. For the Kings Lynn Stars, Max Frick rides at 1. It's Christopher Calvin Harris at number 2. Ben Cook at 3. Cooper Russian at 4. Yankovic at 5. Jordan Jenkins at 6. And their rising star is Jodie Scott at number 7. Have you got a star to watch, Palmer?
So this may come as no surprise, but I'm going to go for Yankovic. I think this sort of Sheffield track suits his style of riding, and I wouldn't be surprised if he hit double figures or come close to hitting double figures tonight.
For similar reasons as to why you've gone for Yankovic, I've gone for Cooper Russian. This track suits his style of riding. We've seen him on big tracks, big open tracks like this, and he's absolutely rapid.
Absolutely.
Tonight's referee is Seth Perkin, and Bomber won the toss for Kings Lynn and took 1 and 3 in Heat 1. To Northampton, Bellevue won the toss and took 1 and 3 in Heat 1 as well. And predictions for this one, Palmer?
I think, if I recall, I went for something like a 53-37 win to
You
Sheffield.
did. Any reasoning behind that one?
Sheffield are just good at home, aren't they?
It's true. I went for Sheffield to win by 12, which equates to a 51-39. I just think they're a level above. And to be honest, when we've watched Kings Lynn this year, I've not been overly impressed. I don't
No,
think they're that good.
I think they're a team that's built very similar to Scunny. They've got a very good number one. When they built the team, they had at least a good reserve, and obviously Cooper's moved up, so it worked. But the rest of the team, and I hate to say this because I love Quebec, I love him more than I love my mum, which isn't hard to be fair this day and age.
Yes.
I've got a team full of higher-ended second strings.
Yes. And to be honest, their rising star's not up to much either. He struggled when he came here as a rider when he was with Oxford in the top league. I must say I was very surprised when Sheffield went for Luke Killeen as their rising star.
Yeah, but it's like I was saying to you before we went on air. Simon Stead, when the rising star picks were chosen, Simon Stead wanted Luke Harrison there, and Luke Harrison wanted to be at Sheffield. That was his goal. But the Bateses decided to go with the other Luke, the Luke that looks a little bit like my nan.
Oh. But it's not worked out too badly for Luke Harrison either, because he's got a home track he absolutely flies on.
He's got an home track that, let's be honest, if they put a little bit more water on before each one, it'd be exactly the same as his home track in the Championship.
Yes. And if that's an interesting camera angle, to say the least.
Shame we don't get to see it from that camera angle.
Yeah. We just get to see the guy bending right over to get it, and that's not what we want to be seeing.
If there are any ladies watching BSN, no, they may really have enjoyed that view.
If past meetings are anything to go by, I think the last time they had RR for Jack, I think Noddy went in Heat 1. It was either Noddy or Pico.
It was one of the two.
I think it was Noddy. I'm sure it was Chris that went in Heat 1. And rider replacement in Heat 1 is off gate 4, and Chris Holder and Josh Pickering have both got gate 4 in their opening rides. And as we know, team managers like to give the rider a taste before their programmed ride if the gates are lying, so it could be either of the two.
Absolutely, it's something we'll certainly find out in due course.
I'm about to correct myself. It's definitely, probably, almost certainly going to be Pico, because Noddy, I suspect, will be the RR in 13 with Pico.
That would make sense.
We would also like to point out we're probably going to be taking a few more breaks than usual tonight. It's really hot and we need to stay hydrated, so when there's a track grade we'll probably almost certainly take a break.
Yeah, obviously we appreciate you guys tuning in to us tonight, but as Dill's just elaborated there, it's hot and we're probably going to die, so if we can have some breaks before we die, that would be greatly appreciated, and all of that. Not that you've got to say in it, because they're happening.
Oh God, we've had a heat done at Northampton. It was won by Norik Bladorn in yellow, second in blue Kai Thompson, third in red Jamin Lidsey, starting last was Brady Kurtz, points divided 3 apiece after one heat.
And that could be our world champion, ladies and gents. Can't beat Kai Thompson and Jamin Lidsey on their own track.
And Jamin Lidsey's back to being an SH1T number 1 after a couple of better meetings.
I can tell you at Vauxhall, the only update we've had so far is the fact that Tobias Musulak rides in blue as the rider replacement for the Witches, and Dan Thompson rides in yellow for the rider replacement for the Lions.
Do you get the feeling that that's going to be a Ryan Douglas do a race and pull out? Because there is absolutely no chance on this planet that he's fit.
I don't think he should be racing
And
himself.
I don't think he would have been had there not been all 6 teams in action. It looks like Leon Flint's going to be taking the RR in red.
Right, gets one of the lower riders, I suppose, is one out of the way.
And Flinty flies around this circuit.
He does. He loves Sheffield, and he's got his Glasgow teammate there, Freddie Odder, on the spanners.
Who I think is also speaking to Bomber. So a lot of Glasgow connections on the go this evening.
Poor guy, imagine speaking to that SFT.
Yes. Leon had his helmet on, he's took it off. I don't know what's going on. He looks a bit dirty after the start. I'd hate to be in these pits at this sort of heat. These pits are tight at the best of times.
They're not very spacious, are they?
Seems to be a little bit of a delay. I don't know. Riders were looking at the track a fair bit before we started. Are a few of them a little bit unhappy with the start?
When are Speedway riders ever happy?
Never. Not Premiership ones. Championship ones will usually just crack on with it and be done with it, like, but... a text commenting from Northampton. The Aces make the gate, but Bladorn blocks Brady Kurtz's run, which allows both the Foxes inside of him.
And
Excellent team riding.
That's why he's in my pretend team. I knew there was a reason I'd signed him.
Excellent stuff.
So it looks like we're about to go racing in heat number 1 at Sheffield. We haven't had any further comment on Ipswich as it stands at the moment.
Bomber doing his usual pre-race ritual. Max Frick almost looked as him to say, "What the FC UK are you doing, pal?"
To be fair, when we watch Bomber, we say the exact same thing, just without the spelling of a word. There.
Yes, it was. Yes, very true. It's that tight. The Kings Lynn boys can't push off because the Sheffield boys are blocking the way. Excellent stuff.
Never change, Sheffield.
Interestingly enough, actually, as well, we spoke the other day about Bomber guesting for Plymouth and how poor he was. In Dan Thompson's vlog, it appears that Dan Thompson was the initial guest lined up to race, and then due to going out to watch his Polish team race, which he was hoping he would get a ride, he didn't. He wasn't able to get a flight from Plymouth to Poland on that morning to go out, so he had to say no to the booking, and then Bomber came in. So initially it was Dan Thompson set to guest, which made sense. I was surprised it weren't him, but now that all explains it.
And that, let's be honest, it's like I said in a chat. You're getting paid to go and watch a meeting. You don't, and it's a decent amount as well. You don't turn down that sort of money just to go and do nothing.
Mm-hmm. In number 1's at Tapesgate 1 in blue is Anders Rowe. Gate 2 in yellow, Christopher Harris. Gate 3 in red, the rider replacement for Jack Holder is Leon Flint. And off the outside in white, the Heat 1 winner Max Frick. Because he should be winning this race, to be honest, with all due respect to the other 3.
Keyword being should.
Mm-hmm. Gates were wrong there. Kings Lynn are on 1 and 3.
So they are.
So it's Bomber off gate 1, Anders Rowe gate 2, Max Frick gate 3, and Leon Flint off the outside. Tough to come from the outside in the opening heat around Sheffield. It's tough to come from the outside at Sheffield any time, but certainly in heat 1.
Yeah, if he gates, it'd be fine.
And Leon can gate, so...
Absolutely.
A lot of Glasgow connections in this race. And an Edinburgh one.
Big Kev walks away for heat number 1, takes fly, away we go. It's a beautiful start there from Anders Rowe, who gets to that first with both the Kings Lynn boys now behind him. Now what can Max Frick do as he looks to blast right round the outside there of Anders Rowe. Done him beautifully. Good ride there from Max Frick. Leon Flint's filled in at the back, and I think his kit could do with an hour in the washing machine when he gets home. But yeah, I think this is as good as it's going to get now, to be fair. Max Frick's there in the first place position. Anders Rowe's not a million miles away behind Max. If Max makes a mistake or two, then Anders is going to be through. And Bomber, being Bomber, is just chilling in the third place position as it stands. Obviously, Leon packing up earlier on in the race, but with 1 lap left to go, it looks like it's going to be a Stars heat advantage in the opener as Max Flick and Anders Rowe come down the back straight then for one final time, down 2 and 2 of 3 of 4 on the run to the line, and Max wins that.
Bomber was some way tailed off then, compared to the other two. Good ride by Max, good gate by Anders. Leon does that a lot. He's a little bit like Drew Kemp with packing up when he's not leading. He used to do it at Wolves a fair bit. He had retirement issues. Filled in, just gave up.
Absolutely.
So the result of Heat 1 was a win for the rider in white, Max Frick, second in blue, Anders Rowe, and third in yellow, Chris Harris. 2 points to Sheffield, 4 to Kings Lynn. That opens up the aggregate score to 10 points, at 43 points to 53.
That it does.
Leon made a bad start as well, and it's tough round that outside early on.
Absolutely. To be fair, Sheffield's not one of them tracks that's quite slick either. There'll be a lot of grip on there as well. So, yeah, it's hard to pass around Sheffield unless you're Max Frick and you're going round Anders Rowe.
You had anything from Ipswich yet?
Tell you what, let's have a butcher's.
They don't usually start at about 4 to 2 though, do they?
Certainly have.
Oh.
Heat number 1 was won by the rider in blue, Tobias Moose, second winning time of 58.6 seconds. Second in red was Tom Brennan, and the third in white, Ryan Douglas, because Dan Thompson retired in heat number 1, making it 5 points to Ipswich, 1 to Leicester, 40 to 56 on the aggregate.
We're straight on to heat number 2 here. This could be a really interesting race. Jordan Jenkins having a really good season since joining Berwick. Not quite so good on Monday when we watch Kings Lynn. We'll be hoping to put that right here tonight. And to be honest, he could. You know, this isn't the strongest of reserve pairings for Sheffield.
Absolutely not.
Gate number 1 in red, guesting for Jai Etheridge tonight is Jake Mulford. Gate 2 in white is Jordan Jenkins. Gate 3 in blue is Luke Killeen, the rising star for the Tigers. And off the outside in yellow is Jody Scott, the rising star for Kings Lynn. Jody Scott had a decent night on Monday for Kings Lynn when we watched them.
Absolutely he did. Max Twick there giving some advice to Ben Cook and Cooper Russian as Yankovic listened in on the background. There's our old mate Kev Lilly on the start line.
VSC Kev Lilla.
Yes.
What a boy.
You've been invited back into that chat yet?
No.
Never have I. It's lush, innit?
It's lovely and quiet without it. Honestly, not missing a thing, just a load of Jessup's bullshit every day. I can deal without that.
So, I've got some news about Jessup actually in a bit. So, heat number 2 then. Tapes fly away we go. It's a solid start there for Jake Mulford, who gets the first and first with Jordan Jenkins now looking to come round the outside of him, and he does so beautifully. So it's quickly a 3-all with Luke Killeen in third place. Jody Scott never ridden this place and is struggling to get to grips with things at the back, and if you've never ridden this place, it's very, very tough to get used to. And one man that has ridden it before, though, Jordan Jenkins, because he is absolutely flying as it stands at the moment, although Jake Mulford, again, very similar to Anders in the first heat. If there's one mistake from Jordan, Jake's going to take advantage. There's a van going down the road that goes past the old training track and everything behind the stadium there, because you get full insight here at Shoot Some Shale HQ as we go into what I believe is the last lap. Yes, it is. Here's Kev, and this will be a good ride for Jordan, and he'll let me just double check. He will already outscore his Monday score by 2 points when he crosses the line in 3, 2, 1.
Good ride from JJ, that good gate. Jody Scott actually made a good start as well, but like you mentioned there, he's never raced here before, and you can tell it's not a place you come to, and gate 4 in your first ever heat here is not ideal.
No,
JJ
not.
Looked good. Looked really good out in front.
It's about time.
Wow, Jody actually retired. Heat number 2 was won by the rider in white, Jordan Jenkins. Second in red was Jake Mulford, and third in blue, Luke Killeen. Points divided 3 apiece. 5 points to Sheffield, 7 points to Kings Lynn after 2 heats.
But it is indeed.
Quick couple of updates actually from Northampton. Heat number 2 was won by the rider in white, Tate Zishki. Second in blue, Luke Harrison, and third in yellow, Sam Hagan. Troy Batchelor at the back. Useless sack of SH1T. Makes it 5 points to 7. And heat number 3 was won by Niels Christian Everson with Zach Cook in second and Peter Kilderman third. Matty Zagar at the back. 3 points apiece, 8 points to 10 after 3 races.
Excellent stuff. I'm just replying to a snap from somebody, and then I'll have a quick look, see what's happening at Ipswich. God's sake, Dan, learn to bloody spell.
You've gone this many years without knowing how to spell. Surely a few more won't, are you?
So, heat number 2 then was won by the rider in white, Drew Kemp, in a winning time of 60.9 seconds. Second in blue was Jason Edwards, and the third in yellow was Joe Thompson. Kevin decided to come last in that one, and that was 2 points to Leicester.
Is that going to be the thing now?
Yes.
That needs to be soundbited.
2 to Ipswich, 4 to Leicester, making it 7 points to 5 on the night.
Heat number 3 from Sheffield is as follows. Gate 1 in white, Ben Cook. Gate 2 in blue, Leon Flint retired from heat number 1 on the rider replacement. Gate 3 in yellow is Cooper Rusher, my man to watch for Kings Lynn. And off the outside in red is Noddy Holder, who absolutely flies around this track, to be honest.
Now, I don't want to state the obvious, but Leon's Kevlars look a little bit dirty.
No way. Who are you? Are you Dan Winchester?
I'd like to wear a red Cycle Speedway helmet and say Gladiators ready, yeah!
Yeah, we need to soundbite that then for next time we watch Ipswich. Kevin!
Which probably will be next Thursday.
Yes, if we're not dead.
So, start marshal walks away and for heat number 3. The Tates fly away we go. It's a very good start there for Ben Cook there in the off gate number whatever it was, but he was in white helmet.
He was in
Noddy that one. Noddy Older surprisingly at the back in this one, and by quite some distance. There's Leon Flint there in second, and Cooper Rusher is in third. And I think, much like Jody Scott, I don't think Cooper's ever ridden this place before. But Ben Cook's just out there. He's trolling out in front. He don't need to know what's going on behind him. And Cooper is not a million miles away from Leon here as it stands at the minute. So
and crucially, he's a bit of a different distance ahead of Chris Holder.
Oh, he's miles ahead of Chris Holder. This is quite surprising, to be fair, considering Chris was off gate 4, and Chris likes a gate 4 around Sheffield. But to be fair, out in front for the Ben Cook, he may as well be on the way to Scunny. He's that far in front, and Scunny's only half hour up road if you put your foot down.
This battle for second.
There's a big battle for second coming up, but I think Leon's just about got it. So they're having the stars certainly shining in the first 3 heats.
Yeah, gate 4 looks like it's been really difficult early on, and so it's shown, but a really good ride there from Ben Cook out in front, cleared off. He's a pocket rocket, ain't he? If you get out in front here, that's half the battle done early on. And there's never trouble. Cooper Rusher put Leon Flint under some right pressure though.
Absolutely he did.
And Chris Holder just missed out. It was a tight first turn. Leon was pushing Coops wide, which in turn pushed Noddy wide. Heat number 3 was won by the rider in white, Ben Cook. Second in blue, Leon Flint, and third in yellow, Cooper Rushen. 2 points to Sheffield, 4 to Kings Lynn. Upset on the cards early on here. It's 7 points to Sheffield, 11 to Kings Lynn in the early knock-ins.
Yes, it is, and
Noddy spun up as well, but Leon's pushing Coops out, which essentially ends Noddy's race there.
It does really, doesn't it? Which is a shame, because whilst Noddy was spinning, he did make a decent enough start there, but a very good ride out in front by Ben Cook, who he just kind of got to the front and cleared off.
We've got a comment from the legend Winnie. Evening fellas, at a work event tonight, listening whilst pretending to do my job. Hope all good. What a gem.
What a gem of a man.
Brilliant stuff. And Winnie will be like me and you, Palmer, really excited by the new McDonald's menu coming in a few days, which features a Cornetto McFlurry.
I'm glad you reminded me of that, because I completely forgot Mackey's are having a new menu.
I think it comes on the 14th, so next Tuesday, yeah. Cornetto chocolate and strawberry ones.
Oh, if only they'd do a mint one, that would be bloody banging.
Yes. There ain't enough mint ice cream about these days, is there? Mint chocolate chip seems to have disappeared from everywhere
They're just racist.
to mint.
Yes.
Heat number 4, gate 1 in yellow is Jody Scott, gate 2 in blue Luke Killeen, gate 3 in white is Palmer's Kings Lynn man to watch Yankovic, and off the outside in red is Palmer's Championship number 1, Sheffield captain Josh Pickering, who flies around here. If anyone's going to make 4 work, it's Josh. The issue is he can't bloody gate.
No. And to be fair, right, Josh not gating is what made watching Speedway at Scunny this year very special.
Apart
Because
from when he can't win a Heat 1 to save his life.
yes, when we lose to bloody Joe Thompson. Oh, it's Jordan Jenkins.
Jordan Jenkins has
yeah,
come in to replace Jody Scott. Smart. They're going to try and edge their lead early on.
But
Winnie says, Cornetto McFlurry, question mark, exclamation mark, get in.
yes. So, week number 4, the tapes has risen. Away we go. It's a beautiful starter from Jordan Jenkins once
Pico!
again. And the two Sheffield boys, the second and third, and Pico blast just right round the outside, like a knife for what butter, to get to the front. And there we have it with Jordan Jenkins in second. And, well, my little GP superstar's just chilling out in third, just about beating Luke Killeen, which is a bit embarrassing, Jab. Get your finger out of your backside
They're
now.
so
I will
filled in,
do it
though.
for you.
Look how filled in he is.
Oh,
He's trying to race
That's it.
Jenkins now.
it's the thing with Sheffield, isn't it? There's too much dirt on there and quite a lot of water. And yeah, I think once you've seen racing from like the back straight,
JJ's
You're
packed
about
up.
to-
Oh my god.
Jenkins is packed up, so that's gonna gift Luke Killeen a third place there. Luke Killeen probably would have got the third overall, I do think, anyway. But Pico takes the first checkered flag the first checkered flag for the Tigers.
And that gives us a heat winner off each of the gates early on. A win off all 4 gates in the first 4 heats. It's very rare we get that.
Sound quite even, that Bush.
But just a bit beautiful first and second turn. Pico's in front and even he's filled in.
Pico, what a gem of a man when he's
Good
not
night
been
there.
in
Wait,
the
we've got a time. 66.04.
That's very slow, that, for Sheffield.
Hit number 4 was won by the rider in red, Josh Pickering, in a winning time of 66.0. I ain't even going to bother putting the times in on the spreadsheet. There ain't none for the first 3, so 66.04 was the winning time. Though second in white was Yankovic, and third in blue Luke Killeen. 4 to Sheffield, 2 to Kings Lynn. It's now 11 to 13 after 4 heats.
And we've got an update from Ipswich. To the surprise of nobody, Michael Parentoff come last in heat number 3.
Excellent stuff.
He likes the last in his first ride, does old Tofty.
Is that when he wakes up after that?
Yeah. Surprisingly, the winner in blue was Scott Nichols, second in yellow, Doug Thompson, and the third in white was Nick Morris, was a 3-3, making it 10-8. And just this second, heat number 4's come in, which was won by Tobias Muslak in the red helmet colour. Second place in blue was Jason Edwards. The third place in yellow was Joe Thompson, because surprise, surprise, Sam Masters retired. That was 5 points to 1, making it 15 points to 9 on the night at Ipswich.
There's been another heat from Northampton as well. Heat number 4 was won by the rider in red, Nikolai Clint, in a winning time of 59.94. Second in white, Jason Doyle, and third in blue, Luke Harrison, for the 4-2 to Northampton. And after 4 heats, it's all square at 12 points apiece. I think we may be going on to a track ride at Sheffield. Shall we take our first hydration break of the meeting?
Let's take a hydration and wee break. Hello. We had a hydration break because we are basically the World Cup.
It's
but
not just
better.
the World Cup that can do that.
Yeah, if they can do it, so can we. What are you going to do about it?
What does this clerk of the course look like? He's got a can of police CS gas in his belt buckle.
Yes.
Noddy looks chipper still. Is there a few grey hairs in his hair, or is it just the sun on him?
I think where he's pitted, he doesn't really get any sun, so maybe, you never know, maybe age is starting to catch up with old Christopher.
He's in the perfect position then. He ain't going to be moaning about his pit position in this weather.
Absolutely not. I want his pit position.
It's interesting that they've put CH holder rather than just C holder.
Save on the printing cost.
But they've put an extra letter.
Who knows? Sheffield. Weird. I think that's... Not sure who that was in... I'm looking at the wrong bloody race.
Yeah, we ain't gone over yet.
Take down, you spastic.
Who filled in is Leon. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a little bit filled in, like.
Just a touch. Something tells me Matty Zagar is not going to last long in his Northampton return.
Oh.
We'll come to that after this one. In number 5 is at the tapes. Game number 1 in red is Christopher Holder, looking to bounce back from a last in his first one. Gate 2 in yellow, Chris Harris, who was tailed off in heat number 1. Gate 3 in blue is Leon Flint, second place last time out. And Max Frick, comfortable winner of heat number 1, goes off gate 4 in white. Tough place to be early on, although the gate stats are even. Gate 4 has been really difficult. It was for a very smart second turn for Max Frick that gate 4 won heat 4.
Oh, absolutely.
What are we drinking tonight anyway, boss?
So we are on roller cola.
Ooh.
We are on water with orange and lime slices in it. What are you on?
Water.
Excellent choice. Tapes has risen for heat number 5, and Chris Alder's made a beautiful start there, and Leon Flint's got to that first, back straight now with him. It's the Tigers currently on a 5-1. Now what can Max Frick do as he looks to go at the inside there? Leon says, "You're not coming underneath me, pal." And if anything, Leon's just extended his lead a little bit, and we were saying in the off break, in our hydration break, that Sheffield tend to start slowly, and this is where the start part of the meeting where they tend to just kick on a little bit now, and they're certainly doing so. And obviously having a run of 1 and 3s apart from the next race, they should really be looking to use them to their advantage. But Chris Alder, looking like the Chris Alder we normally see around Sheffield, there out in front, and he's halfway to Doncaster, to be fair. He's going to nip round to Picos for a cup of tea. But if anything, the big battle is for 3rd and 4th, with Chris Harris looking like he's closing in on Max Frick, but as they come round near 2 turns, Sheffield retake the lead.
Good ride from the Tigers, both gated there. 1 and 3 have proved fruitful as a pairing so far, and it proved again. Leon Flint is as much a heat leader as anyone around Sheffield, ain't he? And heat 1 was a rare pack up. He's been, 5 points from possible 6 since then. And Noddy doing what you expect him to do out in front there as well. Do you think there's ever a time we may get to where Kings Lynn dispense of Chris Harris? Because he's just not performing.
He isn't, is he?
And it's consistent as well. It's not just here or there, it's consistent.
It's been the story of his season, to be fair, so far. Obviously, he's lost a number 1 gig at Glasgow now as well.
Yeah.
And that was a very interesting figure, helping Chris Harris in the pits there.
Who was there? I didn't see.
Jason Garrity.
Was he?
If it wasn't, then it's Jason Garrity's evil twin brother.
Heat number 5 was won by the rider in red, Christopher Holder. 2nd in blue, Leon Flint. And 3rd in white, Max Frick. 5-1 to Sheffield. The Tigers take the lead at the 1/3 stage of the meeting. 16 points to 14 now, and 57-63 on aggregate. Just closed the aggregate up by a couple of points. Jamon Lidzi is fucking awful. Heat number 5 at Northampton was won by the rider in blue, Niels Christian Everson. Second in white was Brady Kurtz, and third in yellow, Norik Bladorn. And heat number 6 was won by the rider in white, Jason Doyle. Second in yellow, Tate Zishki, and third in red, Jamin Lidsey. Making it 16 points to 20 after 6 at the Northampton International Shaleway. Jody Scott comes in to replace Jordan Jenkins in this one.
At Foxhall with our heat number 5. And are you ready for the surprise?
Yes.
Crofty come last again.
Get on!
Heat number 5 was won by the rider in white, Ryan Douglas, in a winning time of 59 seconds exactly. Second in blue was Scott Nichols, and the third in yellow was Drew Kemp. That's 2 to the Witches, 4 to Leicester, making it 17 points to 13 on the night and 52-68 on aggregate.
Ronnie Pickering takes the rider replacement for Sheffield in this one. Brilliant race in his first one as well. Hit number 6,
Roddy.
gate 1 in white is Yankovic. Oh my god, it's your Strawberry Jam versus your number 1. Gate 2 in red, the rider replacement, Josh Pickering. Gate 3 in yellow is Jody Scott, who comes in to replace Jordan Jenkins. And off the outside in blue, Anders Rowe, who looked almighty impressive in heat number 1 as well.
Absolutely.
Tough race for Jody this. Rob Lyons already decided he's going to sacrifice him in the more difficult races.
Well,
apart from where the Rising Star has to go.
I was going to say, does he just give Jody 8 and then tell him to pack his van for the night?
Probably. Jamin leads you back to being shit. That Northampton need team changes. It really is as simple as that.
Yes, you know the score. But heat number 6 then, tapes fly away we go. Picko's made a beautiful gate there. And so is Jake Wolford. That gets itself into second. Is it Anders?
It is Anders.
Oh my god, I'm looking at the wrong bloody race.
This is number 6, pal.
Oh, it's been a long day. But Ronnie has the lead then, and it's Anders there in second. Teammates tonight, opposition tomorrow. Only in British Speedway would you have this. And Strawberry Jam, I love you more than my mother and my grandmother put together. Stop being so shit, pal. Like, this is embarrassing now. You're losing to a ginger. Jody Scott's a million miles at the back. And Quebec, oh, he was lucky to stay on there, to be fair. And I think that's Quebec's race ran now. And Joshy Pickering absolutely flying out in front with Anders there in second. And the Tigers are now just going to extend that lead a little bit more. And I believe the Stars are in tactical territory.
They are, yeah. Really good race from both the Tigers there. They gated Yankovic, tried to send Anders Rowe wide. Anders kept it screwed on. Balls of steel from Anders there. And brilliant ride. Yankovic nearly cleaned him out entering the last lap. That was his race run. But we're meant to believe that Yankovic is good enough to be a Grand Prix rider. He can't beat a British second string.
That's Ginger.
That's Ginger. And we're meant to believe he's good enough to be at the highest level of speedway. Absolutely not.
This just shows how far the sport is.
Heat number 6 was won by the rider in red, Josh Pickering, in a winning time of 62.63. Second in blue, Anders Rowe, and third in white, Yankovic. 5-1 to Sheffield. They've turned this round almighty quick. It's 21 points to 15 after 6 races.
We said this would happen.
Oh my god, we've had a dodgy score at Northampton.
What is it?
Heat number 7 was won by the rider in yellow, Zach Cook, in a winning time of 60.01 seconds. Second in blue, Troy Batchelor, Peter Kilderman and Nikolai Klint both retired.
Excellent.
Jesus Christ.
I can't tell you anything else from Middleswich because, quite frankly, there isn't anything else to tell you.
Well, that would explain why you can't tell us then. You know what you can tell us though? When we're planning to be back again.
So, we are planning now to be back on Monday because BSN have decided to be really nice to us and show Bellevue versus Northampton.
We're going to watch another Northampton slaughter, aren't we?
Yes. Although, when I went to the meeting on Bank Holiday Monday, the meeting wasn't as bad as the scoreline suggested. and you might get Jamin riding like a number one because he likes riding around Bellevue. So Bellevue versus Northampton on Monday. We're not going to do a watch along to Poole versus Scunny on Wednesday because of pure sheer depression that's going to bring one of us. But we aim to be back on Thursday with Ipswich versus Sheffield.
And I am really looking forward to watching that as well. We haven't seen a lot of Sheffield this year, certainly at home, but away as well. Good evasive action there from Jankovic, although he was chasing a back wheel for a lap. And then he clouts the fence as well. He's like a National League rider, man. You expect that from the Wobblers. SFT.
SFT. You leave the tiger alone in the background. He's done nothing wrong. I'd hate to be that mascot, you know.
Yes, I would, unless he's got fans built into that. And there is a little bit of a delay now because Josh Pickering's got 2 on the bounce.
God's sake, Ronnie.
I think.
Do you not know it's hot?
Yeah, he's got 2 on the bounce.
Yeah, he's out in the... who the bloody hell's this Clark of the... Is this Andy Hawthorne?
So I thought that because of the waist jacket, but I don't think it is.
I'd hate to be Anders in this heat.
And
Where's his bucket hat that he had last night?
He had an Australian thingy hat on, didn't he?
Good day, mate.
Put a shrimp on the barbie and all that.
Yes.
We've got 5 people watching us. Thanks for tuning in and listening to us talk absolute shit and do bad Australian accents on a very, very hot night where it's still 28 degrees in sunny Tipton.
I can tell you the result of heat number 6. Tom Brennan is still an embarrassment to society, by the way.
Christ.
Heat number 6 was won by the rider in blue, the rider replacement ride, Scott Nichols, in a winning time of 58.3. Second in white was Sam Masters. Third in red, Tom Brennan, because Drew Kemp retired at the back. So that's 4 points to Ipswich, 2 points to Leicester, making it 21 points to 15 on the night, and 56.70 on aggregate.
And Stuart Dixon said without disrespecting Ipswich, he'd like to think his team would be able to take the aggregate. Well, Ipswich have closed that up a little bit. And this is an under-strength Ipswich by some distance as well.
I mean, they've only got a 14-point aggregate lead now. It was 20.
It's closing though. And if this was a full... Jesus Christ, how old's that tractor?
The old ones are the best.
Wow, but it don't break down as much as the one at some place in the East Midlands. Leon's giving everyone a striptease. Excellent stuff.
We've still got... Oh, I forgot Leicester was in the East Midlands. Could be worse.
There's a hint here. Leicester's airport is called East Midlands Airport.
Yes. The worst is, I completely forgot about that and I'm going past it on Sunday.
Christ.
Oh, it's
the weather. We're blaming your weather.
Yes, we are.
Thank God for this cooling fan thing I've got on the go. This mist is keeping me lovely and cool.
Oh. Well, we haven't had E8, we've just had the rider replacements. If Tom Brennan does not win Heat 8, he wants shooting on the spot.
Who's the RR for them? Nick Morris, Leicester?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be winning that, to be honest. Luke Killeen's having a little chinwag. He's been at the back a couple of times. Well, back and back but one. And he's not as dirty as Flinty's Kevies are.
Wonder why. Maybe we'll find out if Luke Killeen ever does a vlog again.
He did one last week. There's one on his YouTube again.
Yeah, I did see the one last week, to be fair. It's good that riders are doing these vlogs and stuff now, and they're making it a bit more normal.
The thing is, there's not much exposure because no TV and stuff, and unless you know about Speedway, you don't know about BSN. So if YouTube algorithms and stuff were to just so happen to sort of push a Speedway Riders vlog onto somebody's homepage and they just check it out, all of a sudden you've got a couple of more eyes on the product, which is better than nothing.
Absolutely. You know, I don't know on Saturday whether to go to Cleethorpes or not. For the one simple reason.
You want to top up your suntan?
Spudman's there this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Ah.
It's a long way to go just for a jacket tailor, isn't it?
Bloody is, ain't it? Have they got a beach at Cleethorpes?
They have.
Have a day at Seaside.
If the only problem is, it's going to be warm, which means it's going to be full of little brats. And as you know, I can't stand them.
No, really?
I'll just stick to helping at Wayne's main track session at Scuddy instead.
That's news to me.
I'll get paid for that.
Yes, rather than paying to go all the way to Cleethorpes for a jacket 30.
I'll just pay to go to Leicester to watch some National League instead.
Yes, and no doubt the truck will break down because it's meant to be warm. Shall we take a very, very quick breather while I'll go and fill my mist bottle up?
Go on then. Hello, we are back, and Sheffield are winning by 6. We haven't had the result of 8-8 at Ipswich, so we'll pass over to you to let us know what's happening, Mr. Dill.
There's nothing happening in Northampton either. That looks like they're having a bit of a track grade there, but we're on team number 7 here. There was a bit of a delay because Josh Pickering had 2 on the bounce, and the lineup for this one: Josh Pickering goes off gate number 1 in red, Ben Cook gate 2 in white, Joe Mulford gate 3 in blue, and Cooper Russian off the outside in yellow. Cooper Russian off gate number 4 at this stage where it's dried out a bit and there's a bit more of a racing line really excites me.
Absolutely. This could be fun.
This could be a very good race, although Pico's looked fantastic wide early on. He's going to have to do it from down low this time.
Yes.
I wonder if anybody's gone and brought a compost toilet yet after all this advertising on BSN.
You'd like to hope so. I might get one. The amount of time I'm on the
throne. We're going to have to start calling you King Palmer. Ben is very close to gate 1. I'll be surprised if the Star Marshal lets him stay there.
Heat number 7, it looks like he's going to.
He's trying to get his elbows over Pico.
Heat 7 then tapes fly away we go. It didn't work for Cookie's Pico made the gate, but Cookie now blasts him right round the outside there. Done him beautifully. If Pico's not careful, Cooper Rush is going to do the same, and it's the Stars currently on a 5-1. Now what can Pico do? Right underneath like a knife what butter. And what can Cooper do? Because he looks to repay the compliment. They're very close coming down the home straight, and this has just allowed Ben Cook just to extend his lead a little bit. Almost looked like it might have been a move raid in the pits, to be fair, but brilliant ride there from Josh and Cooper, and fair play to Ben Cook as well for just doing what exactly he had to do, and yeah, decent ride there from Pico. Jake Mulford probably not surprisingly struggling towards the rear of the field here as we enter what I believe is the last lap. I would have had a look, but somebody sent me a TikTok. But yeah, Ben Cook then stretching his lead there out down the back straight, and just like that, bang goes Picky's maximum.
Yeah, that was one of them. Ben knew what he was trying to do when he got right up against Pico. Pico weren't happy, he looked at him, and Ben just made a better start. It did initially look like Pico had made the better of the gate, but he hadn't. Ben dragged to the corner first. And as you say, that was probably a move done in the pits to unsettle Pico, and it worked because Cooper got the better of him early on.
Absolutely.
Heat number 7 was won by the rider in white Ben Cook in a winning time of 61.73. Second in red for beating for the first time tonight Josh Pickering, and third in yellow Cooper Russian. 2 points to Sheffield, 4 to Kings Lynn, and that just opens up the gap slightly again at 23.9. Closes the gap slightly again at 23.19, and crucially, Kings Lynn are out of tactical territory now.
Yes, they are. Oh my God! Tom Brennan wants shooting.
Has he not won heat number 8?
Heat number 8 was won by the rider replacement in yellow. It wasn't Nick Morris. It was Drew Kemp. Second in red was Tom Brennan, and the third in yellow was Joe Thompson. 2 to Ipswich, 4 to Leicester, and the progressive total was now 26-22.
Jeez. Tom's not having a good season, is he? There's no other way to say it.
No. But it could be worse. It could be Tofty.
We go from one man not having a good season to another man not having a good season. Bombers in Heat 8. Although I suspect Anders may beat him.
Be funny, wouldn't it?
Bombers off gate 4 is exactly where he wants to be.
Everything's just coming in lines to Mr. Harris, hasn't he?
Unless he fails to score or he fails to win. And then, no. Is that one of them? If that happens, forget you ever said it.
Yeah.
Gate 1 in blue, Luke Killeen, 2 and a bonus from 2 rides. Gate 2 in yellow, Jody Scott failed to score so far on his first visit to Arlington. Gate 3 in red is Anders Rojoff, just 1 point to an opponent. And off the outside in white is Christopher Harris, who scored just 1 point.
Yes. What you said, yes.
I don't envy these boys having to race in this heat, man.
Neither do I, Mosh.
I can't even imagine how warm it is in those Kevies. Apart from Leon Flint, who's having a stroll around the pits in his with his Kevlars pulled down. Luke Killeen's going right against gate 2. His elbow is actually over into gate 2. Start Marshall may not allow that.
You tend to get away with it if you're an home rider, though, don't you, these days?
Jody's got ahead of him and got his elbows there first as well.
Tapes has risen 4, heat number 8. Luke Colleen's made a beautiful start there, to be fair.
That going to be stopped? Jody,
yeah.
Reds are on. That looked unsatisfactory, that. The green
I don't think the riders were ready.
The green lights had barely come on, the tapes were gone. That weren't a satisfactory start.
Although, to be fair, that's on the riders now. They they know as soon as the green light goes on, they need to be ready with these automated starts.
The green light had barely came on. The tapes went at the same time as the green light came on, and the reds were on instantly.
Yeah, these automated starts are a bit weird.
So look at anything's happening at Northampton. Kyle Thompson's having a bit of a mare this evening. He's fell in heat number 80, which was won by Norik Bladorn in a winning time of 60.44. Second in blue, Luke Harrison, and third in yellow, Sam Hagan. 2 points to Northampton, 4 to Bellevue, and it's 20 points to 27 now. Could we see a tactical come in to replace Matty Zagar in heat number 9?
No, because Chris Adams don't know what he's doing.
And Northampton need changes. This isn't good enough, is he?
Not if you're trying to keep a new fan base.
Yeah, Kai's having a difficult meeting, but he's had a good season so far, so you can forgive him a bad meeting or two.
Oh, hello.
You spotted Annika straight over to Jody, same thing, he's just missing the R.
Basically the same person. Ironically, at Red Carross's Edinburgh, Geordie and Jody almost come to blows.
Oh, I wonder who Annika's side. I wonder which side Annika would have took then. And why has Annika got 2 phones? She's got a burner phone.
Well, she's got a phone just to text her men on the side, just to be on the safe side.
I mean, I would imagine she's holding Jody's for him because you're not allowed in the pits, apparently.
Apparently, that's a bit.
A lot of riders
bullshit.
do have their phone in the pits these days. Most of them watch streams.
Exactly.
Especially if BSN is on. Interestingly, Jody and Luke Killeen are not right against each other this time. Luke's moved right into the middle, so has Jody. Same 4 riders, same 4 gates, no warnings. That was a tapes issue there. We go again. I do like that, the fact that nobody was ready. If one weren't ready, fair enough, but none of them were ready.
Yeah, it's
So
one of them, innit?
it's
If none of them are ready, you can't. Yeah. If it was just Chris Harris not being ready, then yeah, just let it go.
So Harrison and Thompson both ran wide in the opening bend of Heat 8, and Kai had to lie the bike down to avoid wiping Luke out, and he was excluded for it.
Excellent. We've not had anything from heat number 9 yet. It's Ipswich. They're probably doing
all the meetings are going at a relatively good pace.
For now, mostly, yes. Tapes rise for heat number 8. Luke Colleen's made another beautiful start there once again, and the 2 Kings Lynn boys there get themselves in second and third. Bomber now blasting right around the outside. That's unfortunate. And as well, also getting round Jody Scott there as well. So what was looking like a heat advantage to the Stars now is almost definitely going to be a 3-3. Jody really struggling around the fast paces of Alwerton here, and this one, dare to say it, looks quite strung out and doesn't look like it's going to be entertaining unless Bomber has a little chain snap or something like that. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a 3-all as it stands, with 1 lap left to go of this Alwerton Stadium, another 371 metres of this race left, and I'm just chatting gibberish now because there's not a lot happening, to be honest, but unfortunately Chris Harris comes to take the win in that one.
Unpopular opinion, this entire meeting's been really strung out so far, barring that second bend blast from Josh Pickering. There's not a sod all happened.
Standard Sheffield, innit?
And I can see now why Sheffield don't stream, because people would not pay to watch this every week.
The worst bit is, right, Sheffield probably get the biggest crowds in British Speedway.
Oh, Sheffield fans will watch it, yeah, but neutrals would not pay to watch strung out racing. It's not even close strung out racing. You know, where there's the potential for an overtake, there's not.
I mean, I don't mind the odd trip to Sheffield every now and again, but it all depends on who's there and stuff. Like, I wouldn't have started my holiday early if it wasn't Bellevue at Sheffield. I don't really like Bellevue, but Sheffield and Bellevue is normally a decent meeting. And I remember when I used to go there daily every week.
I remember that as well, yeah. Heat number 8 was won by the rider in white, Chris Harris, second in blue, Luke Killeen, and third in red, Anders Rowe. Points divided 3-piece. It's now 26-22 to Sheffield. You know, certain things in life are certainties, Palmer.
Like death, taxes and...
Jason Doyle jumping a start. Yeah, Jason Doyle has moved before the tapes in Heat 9 and he's warned. He's as bad as James Sargent used to be for moving.
Yes.
Adam Ellis is quite bad for it as well.
Yes, he is. You are 100% correct.
Heat number 9, Gate 1 in blue, Leon Flint has been really good after retiring from Heat 1. Gate 2 in white is Yankovic, who's not been really good. Gate 3 in red is Chris Alder, who dominated his second ride. And off the outside in yellow is Jordan Jenkins, who retired from his last heat when in a scoring position.
Absolutely.
So on paper, the two you would expect to be high scorers in this should be the two lowest. If JJ hadn't retired from his last one, he would be on 4 as well as Leon. The two heat leaders would be on 3 apiece.
Yes. That. Yes. Oh, I'm sticking to bed.
I'm glad I ain't
Guys.
got a full pleather chair anymore, because they were a nightmare in this weather.
Oh, I dread to think the old China.
My chair's quite materially now. I'm still sticking to it though, because there is a couple of pleather patches on the back of it, but not as bad as the full thing being made out of that material.
Oh, I did try to steal the dog's cooling mat from downstairs, but surprise, surprise, bloody dog lover downstairs wouldn't let me borrow it.
Oh, bitch, what were you going to do? Lie on it?
Yes. So, heat number 9 then, tapes fly up away we go. It's a
Yankovic had a
relatively
nibble.
easy start, but decent start there from the run in blue there. He just hits a bit of a rut there, and yeah. Who is in blue? Flinty.
Leon.
There it is. And now what could Chris Alder do?
Done
Is he's cat Yankovic, and he's done. Has he done him? Kovac goes wide, not quite. It was a decent race was a decent race for second, and now Kovac's got Leon Flint in his sights. Now what could Kovac do? Is he just holds a mid-track line there with Leon Flint out in front as we enter what I believe is the final lap of race number 9.
Lap 3,
And I don't know. And it's close now between Leon and Kovac as they come down home straight. Oh, we have got 1 lap left to go. I can't count. It's 2 off. And Flinty goes wide, Kovac to the inside. I think Leon's just about got enough in the tank now to keep Kovac behind him, but come down the home straight for the final time, and he has done just that.
I would like to see the start again. Yankovic definitely nibbled, and he did gain an advantage early on as well. So I'd definitely like to see that again. Good ride from Leon. Yankovic was quicker that time, but Leon just had the pace to hold him off. Jordan Jenkins never really in it.
Nah.
Heat number 9 was won by the rider in blue, Leon Flint, in a winning time of 63.17. Second in white, Yankovic, and third in blue, red, Christopher Holder. 4 points to Sheffield, 2 to Kings Lynn. He definitely nibbles. Yeah, he did. He double clutched it.
Yeah.
And he gained an advantage from it as well. Thought Noddy had pulled it off there. I thought he'd got that cutback perfect.
It would have been fun, but...
Oh my god!
No.
Trademark
Oh,
Zagar. Heat number 9 goes to the rider in red, Matty Zagar, with a winning time of 59.89. Second in white, Jason Doyle, and third in blue. First defeat of the evening for Niels Christian Everson. 4-2 to Northampton, 24 points to 29.
They've had a heat winner! Get on!
Zagar's had a heat win. I think that's their first heat winner since Clint won heat 4. Oh no, Everson won heat 5. It's their first heat winner since heat 5.
That's like... ages.
Everson tried to team ride Zagar and ended up being swallowed up by Doyle.
I wonder if Doyle knows humans aren't meant for human consumption.
You tell Jeffrey Dahmer that. He missed that memo.
Heat 10 at Northampton's gone, and you're going to be very surprised.
I am shocked. Heat number 10 was won by the rider in red, Jamin Lidsey. Winning time 59.99. Second in blue, Kai Thompson. That's great for my fantasy league team. And third in yellow, Zach Cook. 5-1 to Northampton. The gap is closed. 29 points to 30 after 10 races.
Now what's happening at Ipswich, I'll run down the rider scores here real quickly. Obviously, it's rider replacement for Jack Alder for the Tigers at number 1. Anders Rowe, 5 and 2. Chris Alder, 4. Leon Flint, 7 and a bonus. Joshy Pickering, 8. Jake Mulford, 2. Luke Colleen, 4 and a bonus for Kings Lynn. Max Frick, 4. Chris Harris, 4. Ben Cook, 6. Cooper Usher, 2. Jankovic, 5. Jordan Jenkins, 3. Jody Scott's failed to score so far.
To be fair, Ben Cook and Jankovic to an extent carrying that team. You would expect more than 4 points from Max Frick. You would definitely expect more than 4 from Bomber at number 2. JJ did well in his first one but has done nothing since, and Jody was always going to struggle on his first visit. You don't go on your first visit to Sheffield and bag a hat full of points. And to be fair, Luke Killeen's probably having his best beating to date as well.
Yeah, couldn't have been for Jody more than anything. He's going to get these laps under his belt, and he'll have learnt this for when Kings Lynn go back to Sheffield, whenever that is, at some point later in the season.
I would suspect Christopher Holden may come in as the rider replacement here, and Anders will take it in 13.
Maybe. Who knows?
Jody looks a bit defeated, but it's tough to come here when you've been here before, let alone for your first time.
Absolutely.
And he's not exactly 100% of the minute, is he? He's had a few knocks recently.
He's got nothing to be disappointed about, though. Have you not seen the bird he's got with him in the pits?
I want to see if that was Jason Garrity with Bomber there. They ain't shown that since.
To be fair, I didn't notice it until one of my friends told me he was watching. Because he said to me, who's that with Bomber? I said, oh, it's probably Freddie Order, because, he normally goes around with Chris, and he's really like, nah, Freddie's with Leon. I'm sure that's Jason Garrity, one of Bomber's mechanics. Not the old guy that's there, but another guy that he's got. He's like, he was sure it was Garrity. Maybe they've told him to hide out the way while the cameras are on Jody with SFT in the background.
Possibly.
Let's see if out-outs have happened at Tipswich. Oh my god!
What?
Tofty scored a point.
Get on. Interval is now being taken at Northampton, so there'll be nothing from there for a little while.
Heat number 9 was a win for rider in white. Samuel Masters in the winning time of 58.4 seconds. Second in blue, Scott Nichols, and the third in red, Michael Pantoff. Drew Kemp retiring from heat number 9 because nothing screams a Leicester beatie without a Drew Kemp retirement.
Or 2.
That's or 2. Or 3 in some matters. But it were 3 tips, which 3 to Leicester, making the progressive totals now 29 points to 25.
Leon Flint's doing an interview on BSN. Looks like he's been told to put a t-shirt on for this one.
It does, doesn't it?
Perhaps they wanted to start a new thing, only Flints.
Up the only Flints.
Yeah, Northampton are now taking an interval, and they've got it back within 1. And had Nicola Clinton retired from his second ride, would have been all square. But they can't afford to keep going behind in meetings.
No, absolutely not. Mind you, when they had Leicester, they was behind for most of the meeting. It was just the last 3 races where they really got it out the bag.
And when they had, was it Sheffield? They were in front for most of the meeting and then threw it away.
Yes.
Excellent stuff. Bellevue Northampton Monday and Ipswich and Sheffield Thursday. Only 4 different teams next week. Get on.
Makes a change.
Last week we had double Northampton. This week we've had double Kings Lynn.
Yes.
Shall we take a quick breather whilst these have a bit of a break?
Let's take a quick hydration break. Hello, we're back at the tapes.
That was very quick, weren't it? 1 minute they were breaking, the next minute they weren't.
Yes.
And it is, I think, it is Chris Alder and Red as the rider replacement.
We've had heat 10 at Ipswich, but we'll do heat number 10 at Sheffield first.
Gate 1 in blue, Anders Rowe. Gate 2 in yellow, Cooper Russian has been a lot better value than his 2 points would suggest. Gate 3 in red, the rider replacement Chris Alder. Gate 4 in white, Ben Cook. Impressive ride last time out to beat Josh Pickering.
Absolutely, yes. So real quickly then, heat number 10 was won by rider replacement riding blue, Jason Edwards, in win time 58 seconds exactly. Second in white were Dan Thompson, and the third in red, Tom Brennan. Joe Thompson with no score there, making it 33-27 on the night. So heat 10 at Sheffield takes right away we go. Beautiful start there for Anders Rowe in the blue helmet, and Noddy's got there with him, and it looks like at the minute Ben Cook's going to be given his first defeat of the afternoon. It's the Tigers currently on a 5-1, which will extend their lead to 10 points as we go into lap number 2 now. And Ben Cook's closing in on Anders. One mistake from Anders, Ben's going to be there, but you just can't see where that mistake's going to come for little Cookie. It could have been there if Ben Cook was fast enough. He just wasn't fast enough. Cooper Russian is, not surprisingly to be fair in this one, quite a way at the back. Yeah, the big race is on for second with Ben and Anders, and 2 really good races, and obviously Noddy Alder's out in front. He's on his way to, I don't know, somewhere near Sheffield, say Rotherham. Now Cook and Rowe neck and neck as they're about to go down the back straight down turn 3, round turn 3 and 4 for the the final time.
Great race.
Cooper packed up.
Great race by Anders there to keep Ben Cook off, because Ben threw absolutely everything at him. Really good start from both the Tigers there, and as you say, the first defeat of the afternoon for Ben Cook.
And Noddy Alder decided to go around on a 5th lap. Don't say you don't get entertainment for... don't say you don't get value for money at Sheffield.
Are you not entertained? Good ride from Noddy. And a very good ride actually as well. Brave ride from Anders, because Ben Cook tried to dive bomb him on Ben 2 last lap, and Anders kept it screwed on. Just had the pace to hold him off. Really good ride. So number 10 was won by the rider in red, Chris Alder, in the winning time of 62.53. Second in blue, Anders Rowe. Third in white, Ben Cook. 5-1 to Sheffield. It's now, the gap has opened. It's 35 points to 25 to Sheffield over Kings Lynn. I've run out of bloody water in my misty thing.
I don't need that, you bad. But no, the Tigers gated, and whilst there was a decent race with Anders and Ben there, it was virtually all she wrote, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, you never quite felt that Ben had enough to pass, did you?
There was one bend where it looked very, very close, but it just wasn't going to happen, was it?
And they've covered the RR well tonight, I think, so far. Let me check. So, Noddy got 3 points on it there. Leon retired on it in the first one, and Pico's got 3. So 6 of a possible 9 so far to cover for Jack.
Not too bad, really, that is it.
I'd be surprised if we don't see Yankovic coming here for Bomber. Although against Pico, do you really throw in a tactical against Chris Alder either? I think he'll probably come in heat 12, but I don't particularly think Bomber's done all that much to warrant keeping his spot. He won heat 8 against Children.
Yes, and at the moment there's no rider out in your... Oh, there is.
In number 11, gate number 1 in white, Max Frick. Gate 2 in red is Ronnie Pickering. Gate 3 in yellow, Christopher Harris. And gate 4 in blue, Jake Mulford. Jake Mulford is a little bit outgunned in this one, dare I say.
Jake Mulford's impressed me tonight, to be honest.
He's been there or thereabouts, hasn't he? He's not been tailed off, and he's in that difficult number 6 position when I think he still qualifies as a rising star.
I think this is his last season, the same with Jason Edwards. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sheffield snap up Mulford, to be fair.
I reckon that possibly, depending on how long Reggie's out, I reckon if they don't, Kings Lynn may bench Jody Scott and bring Mulford in as the rising star.
Now, this, off gates 1 and 2, could be magic, but this is at Sheffield, so it probably won't be.
Could be a belter though.
So Big Kev then walks away for heat number 11, takes fly, away we go. It's a brilliant start there from Max Frick there, and Bomber's made the start there as well, and now Bomber's gone round Pico. Bomber's almost Pico'd Pico. This is unheard of around Sheffield, and now what can young Ronnie do? He doesn't even look close to getting to Chris Harris, and this is very un-Josh Pickering-like around Sheffield, and the distance as where the stars are now is that far ahead of Joshy. Like, there's no way he's going to be able to pull this gap back, and yeah, fair play to the stars here. Max Frick leading with Chris Harris in second, and if Max isn't careful, Chris Harris is going to get round Max as well. But with one lap left to go then, and a very rare third place there for Roddy Pickering, as he likes to be known to his mates apparently, as Max Frick comes around turns 3 and 4 for the final time then to come around and shake the checkered flag.
This track's come to Bomber in the second part, and he dried out, lines moved out, and you can, Bomber's just done what Bomber did before Pico used to started doing it. And crucially, that keeps the tactical substitute open. I would be very surprised if we don't see Max Frick come in Heat 12 in place of Jordan Jenkins against Noddy and Luke Killeen.
Yes.
And Ben Cook and Max Frick would be a very good combination for Kings Lynn, and off of the favoured 1 and 3 as well.
Way.
Heat number 11 was won by the rider in white Max Frick, 62.26.9 the winning time. Second in yellow Christopher Harris, and third in red Ronnie Pickering. Made an awful start, Josh, didn't he? And that was all she wrote for him.
Yeah, literally, that was it. Yeah, Bomber just got to the outside before Josh did, and that was all she wrote.
Yes.
What's happening at Tipswich? Not a lot, but I know somebody that's watching the stream and they said they had 4 track grades prior to Heat 8. So there's something wrong at Ipswich. I heard something interesting as well today regarding the... There's no surprise there, is there? But no, I've heard something very interesting today regarding Ipswich promoter Richard Coleman.
Is that he wants racing back at Eastbourne?
Not just Eastbourne, but he
Anywhere
wants...
Anywhere where the stock car, or stock cars, isn't it?
If it's a shale stock car track,
he wants racing.
He wants speedway there, which wouldn't be a bad thing. But where do you get the riders from?
And it takes a season to bed one of those in as well.
I mean, to be fair, there's a track literally about 20 miles up the road from where I am in. Where do the bloody call it now?
Grimsby?
No. No.
Definitely not.
If Grimsby had a speedway team, I wouldn't even go. Brampton, that's the one. That could be fun, having speedway there.
Jordan Jenkins is endearing himself to Kings Lynn. He's just helped Max Frick's mechanic with the quick bike change and stuff, and sorting the bike out ready for 2 on the spin. It's good when you've got somebody, in the team that's that proactive and helping out.
Oh, absolutely. It's what wins your meetings at the end of the day. To say what you do on track helps out, but if you've got a good team spirit, that's half the battle won.
Which Oxford used to have, but they seem to not have this year. And what reports we've heard, certainly on the grapevine, not all is not well between certain people at Sandy Lane.
absolutely not. And it's it's completely different at Scunny. I know I sound biased, but I get to see this virtually every week. You know, an hour before they all have a little bit of a kickabout in the pits, but they invite the little kids that are there to come and have a kickabout with them, and that's what Speedway needs. You know, the kids feel like part of the team.
Mm-hmm. In number 12, gate 1 in yellow, the tactical substitute Max Frick. Gate 2 in red, Christopher Noddy Holder. Gate 3 in white is Benjamin Little Cook, and off the outside in blue is Luke Killeen, who's on his best meeting for Sheffield thus far, I think. Certainly at home. Tough race this one though, ain't it, for him?
Bit on the tough side, like.
But I still think, even if Kings Lynn get a 5-1 here, I still think Sheffield have got enough in the bank over the last few races to edge the gap again.
To be fair, BSN's shown a lot of a certain lady. I've got enough in my bank for the evening as well.
Jeez.
Heat number 12 then. The tapes fly, away we go. Decent starter for Max Frick, but Noddy there in second, but Ben Cook coming right round the outside of him. Like a knife going through warm butter. And this looks like all she wrote. I think the Sheffield boys will be asking for some of that H20 thing to be put down, because since the track's dried out, it's really Sheffield are almost riding like the away team as it stands. But yeah, Max Frick there out in front, continuing his decent enough evening there with Ben Cook just chilling there in second, and it's a bit strung out this one, isn't it? And as we said before the race, Luke Killeen probably a little bit outclassed in this one, and naturally is at the back. Is only about 50 miles behind the back, so it's not far away. But yeah, Max Frick doing what Max Frick does best. He's out there, and he's about to take his third checkered flag of the meeting.
Gates 1 and 3 as a pairing are now far superior to 2 and 4 as well. And crucially, Sheffield have got 1 and 3 and 13 and probably 15 as well. But a good ride there for Max Frick, and Ben Cook got there. Noddy missed the start, and as you say, Luke Liam was just a tad outclassed there. But you learn more from the riders like that in races like that than you do beating a bunch of wobblers.
Yes, well done, Max. You beat a child.
I was more referring to Luke Killeen and the fact he will take a lot of lessons from that. Heat number 12 was won by the rider in yellow, tactical substitute Max Frick in a winning time of 63.84. Second in white, Ben Cook. Third in red, Christopher Holder. 5 points to Sheffield. 5 points to Kings Lynn, 1 to Sheffield, and it's 37-35 in Sheffield's favour. That gap is coming down, and it's coming down quickly.
Rapidly. Oh, my laptop's hot.
Bit on the overeating side, eh?
Yeah, I'll put it by the fan in a minute.
And with E12 now done, shall we nominate a rider of the meeting each?
Can do. Don't know who I'm going to pick, but we can do. I'll let you go first, so I've got a little minute to think.
I am going to go with... I'm going to go with Leon Flint.
So, I've had a think. And we've both gone for a Sheffield rider.
You've gone for Anders.
And I hate to say this, but I think his efforts have been more than the points that he's scored so far tonight, apart from his last one where he's utter shite. Luke Killeen.
Fair enough. Poll is now up for all 6 people who are watching us. Get your votes in.
Is it going to be Luke? Is it going to be Leon? Which one of them wins nothing?
I mean, I'm tired with the idea of... nobody's really done anything you wouldn't expect for Kingsley. Max Frick has been inconsistent but has had 3 wins now. Ben Cook on paid 10 as well. You know, double his average, but you expect that from a rider like Ben Cook. A 5.7 average is embarrassing for a rider of Ben Cook's ability. Chris Harris, I think,
Yeah.
you know, he's won and paid winning his last two, but he's a number 2. He should be doing that.
Chris has been quite disappointing, really.
I toyed with Anders because he's been really good as well. 2 paid wins, a second and a paid second. But I think Leon has been absolutely paramount. Where Noddy's been a bit inconsistent, Leon's put up the slack in that middle order.
Whose phone are you on now, Anika? Yours or Jody's?
They're probably having a chinwag about what you're saying. Who's this guy talking about me on this stream?
Annika's just looked at Jody's if to say, who's this texting you? And they've both been smiling, so they're having fun in the van on the way home.
Little Cookie's having a chinwag with the pie man. We've had heat number 11 from Northampton. The real Nicola Clint has still shown up because he's still shit. Heat number 11 was won by Brady Curtis in white, second in blue Troy Batchelor, and third in yellow Norwich Bladorn. 2 points to Northampton, 4 to Bellevue, and it's 31 points to 34. Nicola Clint is bloody awful.
We've had heat number 11 at Ipswich, and it was won by the rider in white, Ryan Douglas. So Ryan really shutting us up tonight by saying be a one and done man this evening.
What's he on so far?
58.4. He is on 7 from 3.
Not bad.
Second in red was Tobias Music, and the third in blue was Kevin. Drew Kemp fell. He thought he'd have a change from retiring. Thought he'd fall in that one.
RRF.
So 8-11 was a 3-3, making it 36 points to 30, and Drew has scored. To be fair, Drew's joint top scorer with 7.
Imagine if he hadn't retired from a race and fell in a race.
Imagine if he hadn't retired from 2 races.
I thought he'd retired from 2, so he's retired from 2 and fell. There's 9 points he's thrown away.
Oh, Drew, but...
have Leicester played a tactical yet?
I don't think they have. They keep coming back into the meeting.
It's going to come in... They're 6 down, aren't they?
Yes.
And we're on, what, 8-12?
They will play one. It'll probably be Dougie. But they haven't put anything on British Speedway updates at the moment.
Who's in 12 for both teams?
Bloody Wires. Wires are not in Heat 12, by the way, if you heard that. Oh, go to Heat 12. We've had a result from Heat 12, and they did play a tactical, and it worked.
Get on.
The winner was the rider... we were just talking about him, actually. The winner was the rider in yellow, Drew Kemp. Second was the tactical substitute, Ryan Douglas. And the third, in red, was Michael Palm Tofty. Imagine getting beat by Tofty on your own track.
Did Dougie take a tack sub for Nick Morris?
Yes.
Why do they keep persisting with Nick Morris? He is shite.
And that was 1 point to 5, making it 37 points to 35.
What's Nick scored?
Nicholas is on 1 and a bonus from 2.
Wank, ain't he?
He's not having the best of times at the Hydro Scand Arena.
He's over at the Foxhall where he's bloody
Over at
crap.
Foxhall.
Oh, did they put Sam back to number 5 for this one?
Yes.
Anders, you be careful, pal. That piping does not look very sturdy, me old China, and it'll be embarrassing if you fall through it whilst on BSN.
Yeah, but it'd be funny though, wouldn't it?
He would, because arse over tit and his legs are stuck in the air. Give us a laugh, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'd have cut away. This will be the point where he falls through it.
Anyway, laptop, if you're listening, hurry up and cool down. I want my fan back. Is that alright?
It's nice to know that my Speedway updates are working. Oh my god, he's doubled up! Heat number 12 was won by the rider in red, Matty Zagar, with a winning time 59.05. Second in white, Peter Kildemand. Crucially, third in blue, Luke Harrison, beating Tate Zishke. 4-2 to Northampton, 35-36 out of E13, where Bellevue are almost certainly going to take a 5-1.
Never say never until you have to say never. That's where it's Get that out ready for
Well,
tomorrow.
JMO's on 5 and a bonus. Clint's on 3 after scoring in his first one. He's done sod all since. Brady's got better as it's gone on. And Doyley's been consistent with a win and 2 seconds. So it is all in Bellevue's favour for 13, it must be said.
Yeah, you've got a point, darling. I'm not going to lie.
Anyone that is watching, chuck a vote on the poll. Leon Flint, Luke Killian, Rider of the Night. 2 votes in so far, and Leon Flint has 100% of them.
Up the Flinty, up the Scottish.
Who's the camera girl for that? Who's doing BSN, ain't it? She's living her life up on that scaffold.
Can't fault her. There's nothing wrong with being up a scaffold. I can tell you that from
Unless it's
many years of experience.
Unless it's been erected by Northern Scaffold, and then, you know, there's every chance it drops.
Yeah, but, you know, it's only happened once in my time.
Interesting, Max Frick's helmets are sponsored by Rent Truck, and Annika and Jodie having a ride. Chinwag.
Yeah, I think Benchuk still do sponsor Max, to be fair, and he is a bit of a legend in the Manchester area. Laptop's cooled down. I'm having my fan back. Don't care what you tell me, laptop. Right.
3 to
Washing's
go.
put away. So
At least it's
I'll
not
sit
King's
down
Lynn
again.
from the other night. That was a
No.
pain in the arse, that was.
Just a tad light, wasn't it?
Yeah, rod replacement in red as we suspected. Is Anders Rowe. Gate 1 in red, the rod replacement. Anders Rowe, 7 paid 10 from 4 outings. Gate 2 in red is Max, white is Max Frick. We'll get there in the end. He's got a red cap on, he looks like Winnie in his red hat. Gate 2 in white is Max Frick with 10 points, including 3 wins. Gate 3 in blue is Josh Pickering. Started well, has tailed off a touch in his last couple. And off the outside in yellow, Yankovic, who really hasn't lived up to the expectations so far tonight.
To a legend, Winnie, we're not on about you. We're on about a spastic we know who shares the same name as you.
Well, we call him Winnie, his name is Winchester, but we nickname him Winnie because he moans like a bitch.
Yeah. Winnie, Winchester,
Whiny Winnie,
Knobhead.
amongst others.
Yes. We was commenting our chat. Tapes is right, risen for heat number 13. Beautiful start there from Max Frick, and it's the 2 Sheffield boys there that are in second and third. But Yankovic now blasting round the outside there of Anders Rowe, so it's currently a 4-2 to the Stars as it stands, and
this will level it.
This will put it level. But what could Ronnie do? He's looked a bit
down,
tired.
that's what he's doing.
Ronnie's packed up. Ronnie's packed up. Oh, he's not having a good night, his old Ronnie, this evening. And now he's got back going again. And now he hasn't. He's stopped. Oh, what is happening here, Ronnie? Don't you go doing this to me tomorrow, otherwise I'll smash your face in. But, yeah, what was a 4-2 to the Stars has now turned into what is probably going to be the easiest 5-1 Kings Lynn will ever have. And they're going to have 3 5-1s on the bounce as they go in then to the final lap. And, yeah, a very rare off night here for Roddy Pickering after a brilliant start in his first couple of rides, and this track's really gone in Kingsland's favour, and
dry, isn't it?
that's drier than Scunny at an amateur meeting.
Yeah, not a good one for Ronnie there. He was there or thereabouts. He was never going to get Max Frick, but I don't think Yankovic was ever going to get him either. And that retirement has gone from being level to being Kings Lynn ahead with 2 to go.
Yeah.
And E14 is an absolute lottery because Jordan Jenkins hasn't been particularly good. I'd say Leon Flint's got the beating of it, and Jay Mulford should probably have the beating of. I suspect Jordan Jenkins will come in. In number 13 was won by the rider in white, Max Frick, in a winning time 63.26. Second in yellow, Strawberry Jam, Yankovic, and third in red, Anders Rowe, red hair. 5-1 to Kings Lynn. 38 points to 40 in Kings Lynn's favour now all of a sudden.
Yes.
E13 at Northampton, Nicola Clint jumped the start and he's received a warning, and Jason Doyle is also on a warning. From
excellent. Excellent news. Nothing happening at the minute at Foxhall Stadium.
We are all around about the same kind of area, aren't we? We're going into 14 here, they're on 13 there, and you're on, is it 13 at Ipswich? Or 12?
Correct.
13.
13.
Dougie's got 3 on the bounce, hasn't he?
I could tell you, Leicester have got the bonus point at least.
Which I think they'll be happy with, whatever happens here, because Ipswich is a tough place to go, even if their team is perhaps not as strong as previous years. Jordan Jenkins does come in yellow.
Imagine losing to a Premiership team with Tofty.
Tofty.
I love Tofty, which is something I wouldn't have said a couple of years ago.
But he isn't Premiership standard, is he now?
Nah.
Luke Killeen replaces Jay Mulford. That is an interesting one for me.
Yeah.
Hit 14 game 1 in white. Cooper Russian retired from his last one, went out the back. Going to be a tough one, this, I think. Second, game 2 in blue is Luke Killeen, replacing Jay Mulford. Game 3 in yellow, Jordan Jenkins, replacing Jody Scott. And game 4 in red, the Heat winner, Leon Flint. Because if you don't win this, there's something seriously bloody wrong. Oh, this will shock you. You're going to be blown off your seat. E13, Jason Doyle took the flag in a winning time 58.96. Second in white, Brady Curtin. Third in blue, Nick Lachlan. Jamon Lindsay retired and gave up.
No!
Useless.
Heat 14 at Overton, then the tapes fly, away we go. There's a decent start there for Cooper Russian, who gets that first. And now what can Luke Killeen do as he looks to come up the inside there, and he's now battling it out with Jenkins, and now it's the Stars that are currently on a 5-1 advantage as it is, and this would be their 4th on the bounce if it stayed like this.
And it would wrap the meeting up for them as well.
And it would wrap a meeting up for the Stars, and I don't think anybody expected this. This is certainly a shock to the system, especially for Sheffield, who are meant to be so good at home, but the track just hasn't come to them, and this will be a very rare home loss for the Tigers if things stay as they are. Luke Killeen, though, very, very close to Jordan Jenkins there, although Cooper Russian's just checked out away and he's gone.
Killeen's quick out, there's no two ways about it.
Oh, absolutely, and as they come into turns 1 and 2 then, and Luke Killeen just needs to get on outside, and now he's listened to me. Is he going to do it just as he just looks to come right round the outside here of Jordan Jenkins?
No.
Jenkins looks around and nah, too little too
Leon
late.
Flint in his easiest race of the night absolutely shits the bed.
Yes.
And that guy's about to win our Rider of the Night. Good start from both the Kings Lynn boys. As you said earlier, the track's just gone away from Sheffield, and a home loss to a, let's be honest, not a very good Kings Lynn team as well. Sheffield need to ask some questions. Josh Pickering started well, but he's been bloody awful since his first couple of rides. 6 points from his first 2 and then 3 from his last 3. Jay Mulford didn't do a lot, to be honest, but neither would Reggie have. Yeah, it's a tricky one, that. Result half heat number 14 was won by the rider in white, Cooper Russian. Second in yellow, Jordan Jenkins. And third in blue, Luke Killeen. 1 point to Sheffield, 5 to Kings Lynn. It's 39 points to 45. I don't think anybody had that.
I certainly didn't.
Lidsey made the start in 13 and Bellevue went either side of him. Of course they did. He's crap.
He's not very good, is he?
We'll end our poll now as well for the rider of the night, and with a 4-vote result, Leon Flint wins the poll with a number of 3 to 1.
As we expected.
If it had been decided after that race, I don't think he would have.
Absolutely.
That was just done from the start. Kings Lynn were on the favoured gates there. Leon Flint absolutely nowhere. Jordan Jenkins took care of him really early on. Smart ride by JJ.
Kings Lynn are normally quite poor around Sheffield. So this is a massive surprise.
We've had here number 14 at Northampton. It was won by Niels Christian Everson in red, Zach Cook second in white, and Troy Batchelor third in blue. 4-2 to Northampton. It's another last heat decider for the Foxes, 40 points to 43. Now who do they
We've
put
had
in here?
we've had 8, 13 and 14 at Ipswich.
Oh, do tell.
And the Lions have taken the lead. Heat number 13. Surprise, surprise, Tom Brennan come last. It was won by Sam Masters with Ryan Douglas in second, Tobias Muzak in third in a winning time of 58.0 seconds, making it 38 to 40, just like it was here. And then Heat 14 was a win for the rider in white, Dan Thompson. Second was Scott Nichols. Third was Kevin! And Joe Thompson finishing at the rear. That was 3 points to 3, making it 41 to 43 on the night.
Jeez. Shall we take the quickest of breathers so I can just go and get a drink?
Yes. So it's not exactly a last heat decider, like, but we've got a race of the 3 and 5s coming in heat number 15.
Yes,
But
we
yeah,
have.
interesting.
Yeah, Steady looked like he was about to top himself in that interview. Bomber's having a chin wag with...
SFT.
Yes! Bomber's trying to poach Annika from Joda. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think Annika's a bit too old, Chris. She's over 18. Not by a lot, but she's over 18.
We'll pretty much wrap up once this is done. The line up for 15 is in at Northampton. Before we do this one, Jamin Lindsay goes in red off gate 1, Niels Christian Everson in blue off gate 3, Zach Cook in white off gate 2, and Jason Doyle in yellow off gate number 4.
And before we do this one, I'll give you the 8:15 lineup from Tipswich. Off gate 1 in red is Scott Nichols. His partner gate 3 in blue is Tobias Muzak. For Leicester, Sam Masters goes off gate 2 in white, and Ryan Douglas goes off gate 4 in yellow.
And the lineup 3:15 here, Chris Holder goes off gate 1 in red, Ben Cook gate 2 in white, Josh Pickering gate 3 in blue, and Jan Kovac off the outside in yellow. Kings Lynn have already won the meeting, so it will just be for a little bit of pride if Sheffield can get a heat advantage here, but the points are going back to Norfolk.
Yeah, absolutely, and I am quite surprised to not see Max Frick in this one, but...
I'm not. They've won the meeting and he's got a Grand Prix in a couple of days.
So was Kovac.
Yeah, but he's crap. Jan Kovac's in with Max Frick's in with half a chance of doing something there.
Well, if you're not Brady or Bartosz, you're knackered, aren't you, these days?
We've done the lineup, so it's on the screen, but I won't do it again. Winnie, Cornetto, Winnie, thanks for tonight, boys. When are you back? We are back on Monday for Bellevue versus Northampton, which BSN have added to their schedule now. And then we're back a week tonight with Ipswich versus Sheffield, Palmer?
Yeah, that's correct.
So, yeah, Bellevue, Northampton on Monday, Ipswich versus Sheffield on Thursday, and we're just going to watch Scunny and Paul with a few pals on Wednesday. Or Paul Scunny, should I say. Let me get it the right way round.
Yes, you've got 15 from the gate races on Wednesday, and then 15 not from the gate on Friday.
Yes. Who have you lot got next Friday?
Paul, he's home and away.
Oh, okay.
So, the finale here at Alwerton ends. Start Marshall walks away. Riders watch the magnets tapes fly away. We go. Decent start there from Noddy, and Pico's got there as well. But look at Ben Cook up the inside there. Then they said no, but both Noddy was getting in Pico's way there. But the Tigers still currently on a 5-1 as it stands, although Pico has got 2 stars on his tail. One mistake from Josh, and he's going to have either Ben Cook up the inside or Jan Kovac around the outside. And Kovac looks quicker than Josh here, to be fair. And Kovac now looking to come up the inside there with Josh. Noddy Alder's checked out away, and he's gone now.
Pico's checked out as well.
Yeah, Pico's now sorted, and it's going to be a 5-1 to finish the meeting off. And yeah, questions really need to be asked in the Sheffield camp, and Ben Cook's given up at the back. Well, he looked like he did, but he hasn't. But he has, and yeah, Chris Alder about to come round and take his 3rd heat win of the evening.
Yeah, good gate there from both the Sheffield boys, to be honest. They needed to do that for a bit of pride, but they still lose on the night. It's a question of what could have been, I suppose. Those back-to-back 5-1s for Kings Lynn really ended any hopes for Sheffield. 8:15 was won by the rider in red, Noddy Holder. 2nd in blue was Ronnie Pickering, and 3rd in yellow, Jan Kovac. 5-1 to Sheffield. Final score 44 points to 46. And the aggregate score, Kings Lynn take that as well.
Jesus, imagine not being able to beat
Sheffield
Kings Lynn.
with 3 points.
Imagine.
Do you want to run us the individual score chart for this one, Bossman?
Bear with me 2 seconds. 6 for SFT, 6, 9, 12. So for the Sheffield Tigers was Ryder replacement at number 1 for Jack Alder. Anders Rowe scored 8 and 2, Chris Alder 11, Leon Flint 7 and a bonus, Josh Pickering 11 and 1, Jake Mulford 2, Luke Killeen 5 and 1 for the Kings Lynn Stars, Max Frick 13, Chris Harris 6 and a bonus, Ben Cook 9 and a bonus, Cooper Russian 5, Jankovic 8 and 1, Jordan Jenkins 5 and a bonus, Jody Scott failed to score.
Have you had 15 at Ipswich yet?
I'll tell you what, I'll have a quick look now as we speak. We have indeed. And Leicester have taken an away win at Ipswich as heat number 15 was won by the rider in yellow Ryan Douglas in a winning time of 58.6. Second in white was Sam Masters and third in blue Tobias Musiak. That was 1 point to Ipswich, 5 points to Leicester. And if only this score had been the other way round, I'd have got that bob on. That is Jason Garrity because he's having a skid after the meeting in them Kevlars. But yeah, 42 to 48.
I didn't even see
score. Yeah, they just did a shot in the pits, and Jason Garrity's black and white Kevlars that he wore at Buxton was on show.
Interesting that places are letting him have a skid now. It's a tough one with that situation, ain't it? Because you've said this to me. If he worked anywhere else, nobody would bat an eyelid. It's because he's doing it in Speedway, but you know, ultimately,
It's one of them.
Maybe they're eyeing him up. Maybe they're eyeing him up to come in for Joy. Because let's be honest, he would do the business, and he has connections to Sheffield.
His Premiership average would be 4.5. I know he's been assessed as a Championship rider on a 6.
Yeah, I think he would. I don't know. We'll see. We've had. Do you want to do the individual scores for that one first? Then I'll do wrap up at Northampton. Then we'll wrap up for the night. I can tell you though, Northampton have lost at home again.
So Ipswich, Tom Brennan 6 and 1. Richard Lawson was rider replacement. Michael Palmtoft 2 and a bonus. Excellent. Scott Nichols 12. Tobias Musiak 12. Kevin 3 and 3. Jason Edwards 7 and 1. For the Leicester Lions then, Ryan Douglas 14 and 2. Nick Morris 1 and 1 bonus. Ironic, he did only have 2 rides.
Did he pull out?
British Speedway updates don't tell you. Dan Thompson 10, Sam Masters 10 and 1, Drew Kemp 10, Joe Thompson 3. That was 42 to 48, 77 to 103.
Nick Morris was withdrawn.
That makes sense now.
Heat 15 in Northampton was won by the rider in yellow Jason Doyle, second in red Jamin Lindsay, and third in white Zach Cook. 2 points to Northampton, 4 to Bellevue. Final score 42 points to 47. Individual scorers for the Bellevue ATPI Aces: Brady Curtis 7 plus 1, Noah Bladorn 8 plus 1, Peter Kilderman 3 plus 1, Zach Cook 9, Jason Doyle 13, Tate Zischke 5 plus 1, Sam Hagan 2. For the Northampton Foxes, Jamin Lindsay 8 plus 1, Kai Thompson 4 plus 1, Matty Zagar 6, Nils Christian Everson 10, Nicola Clint 3, Troy Batchelor 5, and Luke Harrison 6. Adds up to 42, 47 and 79 to 100 on aggregate. Do you want to wrap us for the night?
So that was Sheffield versus Kings Lynn with a mixture of Ipswich versus Leicester and Northampton versus Bellevue mixed in for good measure. He's been Dylan, I've been Dan. We've survived this meeting and we've survived the heat for a day, so we can do it all again tomorrow. Have a splendid weekend all.